It's not moving. Maybe it's not even alive.
It's not always easy getting started. We get it. Elk Grove Village can help your business get running.
Good evening. I'd like to call to order Elk Grove Park District regularly scheduled meeting for June 27th, 2024. I need a roll call, please.
President Walls?
Here.
Commissioner Biedke?
Here.
Commissioner Carlson?
Here.
Commissioner Cook?
Here.
Commissioner O'Malley?
Approval of minutes, June 13th, 2024, the Pavilion Committee meeting, and June 13th, 2024, the regular scheduled meeting. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
No one was opposed. Okay, straight into why everybody is here. Recognition of special guests. So I'm going to ask Scott Sachs to come on up. He's going to announce the 2024 Youth Committee Scholarship winners and let them tell us their stories.
Absolutely, yeah, you want to hear less from me and more from them. So, thank you all for having us here today. I'm Scott Sachs. I'm the president of the Elk Grove Parks Foundation, and it is absolutely my honor tonight to introduce our 2024 Youth Scholarship winners. Before I do, I just want to take a moment, because I have the mic, to say that, the Elk Grove Parks Foundation exists solely to support parks and recreation here in the community. We are like the nonprofit arm of what the Park District does, so we fund a lot of scholarships throughout the community, if you're participating in Park District events, there are scholarships available, including the youth scholarship for outgoing high school, inbound college students. For me, the youth scholarship for college, it kind of embodies the best of the best in the community. These are our high school graduates who have performed some sort of great act of service. We get a whole slew of applications every year. It's always challenging picking out the winners. And so I suppose, without further ado, and when I call your names, please come up to accept your check, as well as tell us a little bit about you, where you're going, and what you've done for Elk Grove. So the first on my list is Casey Wattis from Elk Grove High School. Casey? Well, if Casey's not here, we absolutely thank her for all that she's done. We'll make sure to get the check to her, and very proud of the work that she did to earn this. Our next is Leah Kim from Conant High School. Tell us a few words about you, what you're doing, and what you are.
My name is Leah Kim, and I'm going to the University of Iowa in the fall, and I'm planning on majoring in biology, and I'm planning on going into cancer research. I got involved with Elk Grove mainly during this last fall because I chose the Elk Grove Park District as my CEP, which was my community service project for my social survey class at Conant. And I worked with Miss Laura Awick very closely, and I helped her with the special events and just working in the office. And it showed me a lot about how the community works together in Elk Grove, and it made me feel a lot more connected to the community.
So when you're done with being a Hawkeye, right, is there anything about Masters, or are you just going to come back and just start working for us again?
Cancer research trumps Park District.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Well, congratulations to both of our winners, and on a personal note, I do a lot with the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, so I love the fact that you're getting into cancer research as well, so thank you. And on behalf of all of us at the Parks Foundation and the Park District as well, the Village of Elk Grove, congratulations to you, to Casey, and to all of our applicants on the college award scholarship, so thanks for having us.
Scott, can you just talk real quickly
Yeah.
about next year? So how many applicants and how many scholarships went out?
I believe there are 7 scholarships that go out between us and the village. So the youth committee is comprised of both the Park District and the village itself, the village youth committee. So we take care of 2, the village takes care of 5. There were, Bob, I don't remember how many came in this year.
21.
21?
21, yeah.
So it was a decent amount. On any given year, we have probably between 18 and 30 some odd that come in. So I would encourage students, look, this is free money, right? And college tuitions do nothing but go up, the cost of books and everything else. So this is easy money to get. If you're doing any work in the community, it's any student in an Elk Grove High School can apply for next year. So I encourage everybody to, and there's other awards available as well from other organizations. Having money available to you to help offset those costs is great, but please apply for this. So we'd love to give away money to deserving students.
Good, thanks again, Scott.
Thank you.
Okay, so to piggyback on that, we're going to ask Frank Zarnick to come up, and he's going to talk about the Jim Heffernan Scholarship winners.
Thank you.
We've been doing this now for, gosh, I had it here, 18 years. This is our 18th year. It's the Frank J. Zarnick, Jim Heffern Scholarship, Memorial Scholarship. I'll get it right someday. What we do is this, again, very similar to what Scott, we we like to give money away, try to give to communities. Our criteria is basically at Elk Grove, I guess Elk Grove High School, but Conan Elk Grove, any Elk Grove resident. And as we said, so what we do is for our fundraiser for that is our golf outing. I'm going to do my little shameless plug. This year it's August 9th. We're back to a shotgun start, 1 o'clock. It's $130 a person. Get a foursome, get a group, get 9, get 10, get 1. We'll get you in and we'll get you out there. So it is our only fundraiser, and what we do is just exactly that. Same thing, giving to the community and basically getting some great kids and great scholars, and I'll do the same plug as Scott. So next year, anyone listening, it's free money. Any senior, please, reach out, fill out the application, and it's really just an essay, and that's kind of my fun stuff I get to talk to. So that's old business. The new stuff, and one other thing I wanted to say is we've done $106,000 since the history of this has started. So started off at, I think, It started off with 3 $500, and now we're up to 11 $1,000 scholarships this year. So it's lots more money, so we keep it up. But that's all to everyone that comes out, that donates, that helps us at the golf outing, that donates, whether it's prizes, raffles, golfers, etc. So it's a lot of people out there. But without further ado, we have one duplicate. We'll get to you. Yeah, sorry, I got my order here. So we have 9 people here today. As you saw, it's kind of crowded. Our first was, and I was going to try the last names. I should have asked everyone, so I was talking too much and getting fun. Natalie Ayung?
Close.
Young. See, I should have asked that. Instead, I was talking. So I'm going to let Natalie do the same sort of thing, tell whatever she'd like. But I wanted to just say, part of the things that caught our eyes was Natalie likes to always tell a joke. And some of you know my father and know me too. Is always a joke, always a smile. She was very big in Engineer Girl. And I thought it was really nice to see, I don't want to say kids, so younger people that had said, and a lot of the essays said the same thing, that they learned talking with kids, someone to listen to. That kids need that, we all need that. So Natalie, congratulations, come on up. And I'm going to do a little different. You're going to get everyone here will get your plaque or whatever we call that, but you got to take a picture at the end and get your check. So
Sounds good.
I'll hide it. And you just tell us about yourself and where you're going, what you want to do, and things like that.
Okay. I'm Natalie O'Young. I'm going to the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign this fall, and I'm studying mechanical engineering.
Nice.
Some of the things that he was just mentioning was that I organized and led a program called Engineer Girl, which basically is a program dedicated to introducing young girls, specifically 5th and 6th graders from School District 54, to engineering through activities and lessons and challenges that I created. And it was a several events for the last 2 years that I was hosting. And it was really, really cool to see all of the little girls grow in their confidence and their abilities over the few years that I was able to teach them. And I think it was a really good opportunity, not only for the girls, but also for me to be able to form leadership skills and be able to be a role model and inspire young girls, because growing up, I definitely didn't see that many females in engineering, so I wanted to be that for young girls.
Congratulations.
Our next winner, everyone's a winner, but our next scholarship winner was Maggie Mayer. Did I say it? Did I get it right? Maurer. See, I should have. I was talking out there too much and so much. Yeah, we were loud. Maggie did some things with Hearts for Hope. I loved your new coat story. That basically a new coat got mixed into the old coats and it was given away, and you got to feel that how good that was. So one of the things that Maggie also wrote in there that I enjoyed in her thing is that she's didn't do an internship, was working and still working, and from the old days of me working at Sizzler instead of an internship, you don't even know what that is, but Sizzler was where I was. So Maggie, congratulations. Right on Mall Drive there, which is now a Taco Bell, but it was Sizzler. Thank you. Congratulations.
I'm Maggie Maher. I'm going to be going to Lewis University this fall. I'm going to be playing soccer there, and I'm going to be majoring in sports management. I've been involved with Elk Grove for a while, especially this year through my class with Mr. Bush. I took LTS, and I like doing community service here, and I just like being involved in the community, and I look forward to continuing to inspire and be involved next year.
I forgot to say, so we actually did, it was 6 Conant and 5 Elk Grove students, so we kind of got it right down the middle, which is as close as you can get at 11, but so we did that. Our next winner is Ariana Trausch. I got it right. See, I got that one. That one's, Ariana did a lot of things. She does sports, basketball, softball, and I loved your interest in photography, so please, congratulations. I got 2 papers. I'll let you.
Hello all, my name is Ariana Trausch. I will also be attending Lewis University and playing softball, so it'll be fun seeing Maggie there also. I will be double majoring, so I'll be doing digital media and journalism, and then also radio, TV, and broadcast, so
Nice.
pretty much all of it. I'm gonna try and concentrate in sports, since that's what I love to talk about all the time. And so, heavy influence, I did the LTS class with Mr. Bush, who you all probably know, and that was super fun, but I also picked up a camera this year, and that was probably one of the best things I've done. I was able to go to over like 30 plus Elk Grove High School games and photograph and take videos of all the athletes. We did a few media days, which was fun too, but it wasn't as much taking the pictures, but just being able to capture the moments and the emotional impact that sports can bring for everyone. And I love the game just as much, so to be able to give that back to others was very empowering, and I look to be able to do that at Lewis too and bring my camera along. So thank you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations on beating Friend.
That's right.
Our next winner is, well, I'll say Nicholas, but Nick Romano. See, I got that one right. But what I was really excited about Nick was he was a Link Patrol.
Oh, yeah.
So was I. See, this is good. He played basketball and lacrosse. Well, they didn't have lacrosse at Conant when I was there, but my son did play. But I love that you said there's a thing called the Cougar Crazies.
Yeah.
So I think I was, before there was, a group, I'm sure I was one of the Cougar Crazies, because I would always do the cheer, give us a B, give us a B, give us a B, what's it all spelled? So Nick, congratulations. So I was a Cougar Crazy, so that was cool to hear. I can't wait to find out about this one.
So my name is Nick Romano. I'm attending Illinois State next year to study accounting, and I was a part of the Elk Grove summer camps growing up as a kid from about 2nd grade to around 6th grade. And then I had great junior leaders, which I don't know if we still do that, but I was a junior leader, so I love giving back to the community and spending time with the kids. And I also volunteered doing swim lessons. I play basketball and lacrosse. I also volunteered a ton with helping the younger kids swim, like I just said. And for Cougar Crazies, I was I would say like a pep club host, so I was in charge of leading extracurricular activities that involve with football games, basketball games, even though I played basketball, just organizing different outings and making sure that every kid felt included for certain events.
Next one's kind of easy because it's Leah. As you all heard, Leah had won before, so Leah, congratulations. We've had a couple crossovers. You're our only one, so congratulations. I don't know what you say, we set it up or whatever, but you all, if you don't remember, it was all U of I. Oh, for me, it was an active listener. You do Spanish, and you're studying your CNA as well, right? Or did you get it?
Yeah, I got
Oh,
my
okay.
certificate.
That's some of the most amazing. My son did that as well in high school, and I just am flabbergasted of the work that you have to do to get that as a young person to do that. So congratulations. Okay. The next young lady, she was a little late. I'm gonna try. Pardon? Yeah, this one's a little tough, sorry. I'm gonna try it. Kanishka, see? I should see if you were a little later, I would have done it. And your last name, I'm gonna let you just do it. Solidaire. That's very simple. Kanishka, so I could have gotten I love it. And Kanishka did, oh, I should get over here. Yeah, like my voice can't hear. Was really big in Girls Who Code, which, what kind of language or what did you code in?
Basically all the languages, but each seasonal session we chose a different language.
Oh,
that
cool.
we wanted to learn.
Well, see, I like, I know you didn't get to COBOL, but that's beside that. I'm just showing my age there. And she's been in dance since she was 4 years old. So please come on over. Congratulations. I'm sorry. Tell us a little about it.
My name is Kanishka Soy-Zaraj, and I'll be an incoming freshman at University of Illinois at Chicago. And I'll be majoring in computer science with a concentration in software development. And the Girls of Code program that I ran, it was an online program, and it was inspired by the Girls of Code organization. Even though we weren't working directly with them, we took a lot of inspiration from them and what they did. And so we had online Zoom classes, just making it accessible for anyone who wanted to come. A lot of our students were from actually Seattle, and we were able to work with their local library too. And so each session, most of our reoccurring kids kind of chose which language they wanted to work with. And for our sessions, it would be like once or twice a week, and we'd just teach them the basics on the code. And we'd always do a final fun project. Most of it was games. And that was, I think, the most exciting part, because it was kind of introducing them to it, but also giving them a foundation to learn about code.
Our next winner is Cameron McCory. That one right too. But with Cameron, his what stepped out of me was your parents were in Elk Grove Pee Wee commissioners, and you had to love all the equipment. Welcome to my world, because that was before. What would happen is my dad would habitually go to just sign me up for baseball, and he would say, and mom would tell me, you're not doing anything but third base coach. And at the end of it, of course, dad was either equipment manager, league commissioner, one-time president, and as we're driving home, it was always, don't tell your mother. Really? You don't think she's gonna figure it out when all the equipment's coming to the house? But, so I was, when Cameron, I read through his essay, it was just so neat to hear, and also very active in the hometown parade, which my mother was so active in. So it was like, well, you were just, it was perfect to talk to you. So congratulations. I'll let you tell everyone here about, and congratulations. Tell a little bit about yourself.
Hi. Hi, my name is Cameron McCory. I'm going to be attending Augustana College in Rock Island, Illinois next year. I'm going to be playing volleyball and majoring in chemistry. Like he was saying, young age, always been playing sports. Ended up going with volleyball. I love the sport, and also I was better at it than baseball, even though I played it for 10 years. But I'd always loved being around in the community. Like Mr. Zarnik said, I helped with the hometown parade, but especially with Elk Grove High School, I'd always want to make sure everything could run as smoothly as possible. So I was a part of our nation group, which helped with sports, like mainly football during the running with chants, the student section. I'd also help set up for the craft fair or help promote different games that would have been happening and other events happening at the high school.
Cool. Our next scholarship winner is Jenna Nan Colts. Colts, is that right? Yeah. All right. Jenna was in the Leo Club, captain of the swim team, and also huge in the violin, right? That's what you had said. So I was so reading about that. It's exciting to hear. You hear athletes, and a lot of our scholarships are with the athletes with programs. But she also did major orchestra. I'll let you talk about your accolades there. But congratulations.
Hi, my name is Jenna, and in the fall I will be attending Grinnell College with a major in biochemistry and a concentration in neuroscience on the pre-med track. And I'm considering also exploring possibly in the areas of psychology, music, or Spanish, whether that means taking a couple classes or potentially adding a second major. We'll figure that out later. But as far as my involvement with the community, I started off with Miss Tammy Wolf at the library, the Junior Teen Advisory Group, and that was a big focus on teaching children the value of reading, helping with the summer programs, maintaining the library garden, and pretty much anything that had to do with the library as a whole. And in 7th grade, I joined the Leo Club, where I served in all positions of our government. And that was a lot of focus on giving back to the community, which was very important to me and fulfilling because I've always grown up appreciating all the resources we have growing up in Elk Grove, the exceptional community. So I really liked the idea of being able to
Checking
give
every
back.
box.
But yeah.
Congratulations.
And our last attending here is Reese. Oh, I should have asked how to pronounce her last name. Gabor. Okay, I got close there. Gabor. Reese, also CNA. The one that struck me on her application was volunteering at a shelter and just the impact that that had. All of our scholarships, all of our winners, these are great kids. I look at these kids and say, I was playing and eating mud when I was at this age, or eating dirt. These kids are doing so much, and I just am so grateful that we're able to help them and help each other. But I stole some of your thunder, so Reese. I know. I'm turning around. I spun around. Utah.
Hi, I'm Reese Gabor. Next year I'm going to be attending the University of Wisconsin-Madison, and I'm going to be studying human development and family studies and possibly chemistry. And I want to become a pediatric psychiatrist, so I'll probably have to attend grad school and go to med school and all that fun stuff. But throughout the years here in Elk Grove, I helped my parents and my family at baseball games with concessions, and then this past year I was really involved through my LTS class at school, like some of the others here. And like he said, I was at a shelter, the Public Action to Deliver shelter that we do over at the church around here. I would go on Monday mornings before school with some of my friends, and it was just really nice to meet new people. I love talking, so it's really great to talk to new people. And yeah, it just really had an impact because I realized how much I love helping others, and that's kind of why it also led me to want to be a psychiatrist. So yeah.
Very good.
Well, and again, thank you for this time, for the opportunity. Hope to see you all August 9th. 1 o'clock start. Call Fox Run. I know Greg will yell at me because I haven't given him the sheets yet, but that's tomorrow's thing. But starting tomorrow, you can call and register.
I know Greg well from Fox Run, and I'm telling you, he is working hard because he hammers me every time I walk in the door. August 9th, right?
He's
I'm like,
good.
yes,
He's great. He's bothering me enough, but he's right. He's in good reason. But we do have a great committee that does this. I thank you all, as always, for your time. And Francis, you're always reaching out and taking care of me and reminding me, hey, to get on the agenda and stuff. So thank you so much. So as much as we would love to stay and watch your meeting, I know the kids want their checks. So that's the only reason they're leaving. They were going to camp out here, so I forced them to.
Well, congratulations all. I think Grinnell is the only one I couldn't figure out the mascot. Do you have any idea what the mascot is at Grinnell?
Yeah, so we have a lot of things. So for the sports, it's kind of more like Pioneers.
Yeah.
But then we also really appreciate the squirrel. So.
Very good. And Lewis, who's Lewis?
We're the Flyers.
You just changed. It used to be Bed Check Charlie last year.
Really?
Which I don't know why the heck they got rid of that.
And how do you know all that is the question?
My niece goes to Lewis as well. So. But anyway, congratulations all and good luck. You'll have
Thank you all.
ton of fun.
Thank you again.
So we don't get to hear about the dish.
We're still on the air. Okay, I'm gonna just give it a minute just so we can get, just so you can hear us, because there's some background noise. So we'll just give it a minute to clear out. Alan's not here today. Alan's not here today. Okay, I think we're good. So at this time, we're gonna do public communication. Any comments from the audience? come on up, just state your name. I don't think we do addresses anymore.
Okay, good. I just think that's nice to protect privacy, so
Yeah.
appreciate that. So, Jeff Snyder, Elk Grove resident since 1968. So, with all the discussion over Marshall Park, I felt the need to comment on it. So, a couple weekends ago, I went back to visit the park. So, I hadn't been there since December of 1974 when I was at the school. Salt Creek Chorus made our district-wide tour for a Christmas chorus concert at the school there. So I hadn't been back to the park there, right? So I hear all the belly aching about the park so congested with this and that, and I thought, I got to go visualize it myself because I can't see where that would be the case. So it took about 20 minutes and walked the park, and I'll tell you, I'm totally impressed with the park. Okay, that walkway around the perimeter, beautiful. It's reasonably wide. It's a good distance from the homes. You guys did a great job in the park, and the kids' playground, the basketball court. You got it all in there. One thing, it looks like you got some room to add some parking. It looks like you could get about 20 more parking spots on the roadside pretty easily, and you wouldn't be wasting money because you use the old curbs from the school there, so be taking out 50-year-old curbs, which no complaints from people about tearing out what you just built if you wanted to add more parking there, because I'm sure it's going to be very successful. So I give you an A+ there. And the soccer field lights, same thing there. I played soccer 1976, one of the first years they offered it here, and I remember the practices right back in the field back here where the pavilion is, and I remember in spring and fall how we were practicing in the dark back there before the lights were even over there. So you definitely need more soccer fields with lights, and I just can't understand all the complaining about it, and you guys did a great job on the plan on mitigating the light spillover. Lighting technology has gone a long way. So the thing I wanted to add was, and I know the pickleball courts are controversial, right? Never played pickleball, and until last weekend, I never actually heard of pickleball. Never watched it or experienced it. So I'm like, but before I heard it, I did some research, right? So, and you guys may know this, but the noise level off of a pickleball is only about 1 decibel more than a tennis court. It's minuscule, but it's the frequency. It's the frequency as in the cycle of the sound waves. It's just a more annoying frequency to certain people. But the little research I did shows those high frequency sounds are so easily mitigated with the sound barriers. So, where the pickleball court would sit over there and your sound barriers, I'm all in favor of it. And I'll tell you how badly we need the pickleball courts. I live over by Johnson Park, and I walk through there frequently. We have tennis courts there. So the tennis courts over there have turned into major multi-use. Once in a while, somebody plays tennis, and this is a good thing, right? They use it as a dog park, which again, I'm fine with that when nobody's playing tennis. There's some game from the Middle East they play in there. I don't know what it is, but I see a bunch of Middle Eastern people coming in, parking cars and playing that game. And, last weekend, they played pickleball in there. And I snapped a couple pictures of it and posted it on my Facebook group, The Pulse of Elk Grove, to show how badly we need pickleball courts everywhere. But I was standing about 100 feet from the court, and you could hear it, but to me, if you had some sound mitigation on the courts, I just can't see where it's an issue. So again, I've never played it. I'm not selfish though, and I might want to play it someday. So to me, it's a good amenity, right? So again, in Marshall Park, also the thing I like was the exercise equipment out there. You had 2 or 3 pieces of exercise equipment. Excellent. I hope we'll see that stuff in other parks because people expect those amenities these days. And people like me, I hate going to the gym. I just despise it, but I will exercise casually. I walk 30 minutes to an hour around the streets and the parks in Elk Grove, and I would use that exercise equipment for 5 or 10 minutes if it were also in Johnson Park. So a couple other quick comments on Marshall Park. So that park was, the name Patricia Marshall, I believe, was from a former school administrator that worked at the school. So now that the school is gone, maybe you would consider reverting the name back to Daniel Cook, which was the original name. And the reason I would like to see that, Daniel Cook is the reason that we don't live in Wisconsin right now. And I see a couple of you nodding. Some of you may not be aware of this, but the northern border of Illinois was drawn below Lake Michigan, and we would be in Wisconsin without Daniel Cook fighting for those 70 miles of lakeshore to be in Illinois. And it makes Illinois a great state having border on Lake Michigan. So I would much rather see you revert the name back to Daniel Cook, if that's a possibility, something to talk about. And then while we're on the topic of names, Johnson Park. So named after Lyndon Johnson's wife, who goes by the nickname of Ladybird. You have a nice plaque in the park, but the signage on the outside of the park doesn't reflect that, and thus the name of that park gets confused with other political figures in town, which I don't think is fair to dilute the original name. So I would just encourage Lady Bird Johnson on the entrances of the park on the signs when you update those next time. So, and again, Johnson Park, we look forward to the next improvement there. I hope we'll have major bike trails going through there. I've said this before here. Our neighborhood is broken up. We don't have through streets. It's a real barrier when you want to walk and stuff in the wintertime and that. So we count on that park as our pedestrian and bicycle connection to just even the neighborhoods of the Parkview subdivision are divided up into 3 separate neighborhoods that you cannot directly walk to without going through the park there. So please consider bicycle trail, nice wide bicycle trail connecting the 4 subdivisions. Leave the sidewalk through there, okay? We need a separation. That we get a lot of pedestrians through there and a lot of bicycles, kids, electric scooters, all that stuff. So for pedestrian safety, I would keep the sidewalk running through the middle of the park when you revamp that one, and do the bicycle trail more on the perimeter, connecting all the 4 entrances to that park. So those are my suggestions. Again, I thank you guys. This group, I love the customer focus of the Park District. I like the way you have the public comment at the beginning of the meeting. It really shows you put the residents first, and I truly appreciate you guys. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Jeff.
My guy Alan is not here, so we're gonna go to correspondence. Any commissioners or staff have any correspondence?
We got an email from a resident regarding the couple buses at Marshall Park, and just want, it's a good time to let everyone know that we're actively letting the buses that come there, that they can't be there, and we're also proactively sending emails out to area-wide park districts, letting them know that buses aren't allowed and camps aren't allowed. So we're gonna stay on top of it, and we'll make sure the message gets out there. It's already gotten out there based on what Tiffany's gotten feedback from some park districts, but we'll just stay on top of it just like anything else, and we'll make sure it doesn't happen.
The photos that you sent us from that correspondence, was that NWRS?
Yes, that was it.
Okay, so those, and I don't know if it's necessarily, it was more of a van than a bus, but we do have some obligation in WRS. We're partners with them in our community.
So we've
they
asked,
service the various residents in the village. So,
You
it's
can
not
probably
like,
get a consensus from us not to be putting the hammer down on NWR.
so we've already kind of made a decision, hopefully you guys will agree with it. They can come to the park, but we ask them to park at, drop the kids off, and then the bus driver goes, parks at Pavilion, and just walks over. And so we're okay with that, as long as you guys don't have a problem with that. We have an agreement with them, and we kind of want to honor them.
Well, we've been partners with,
we've
been partners with NWSRA for years, and we open up the golf course at times, and if you ever are there and you talk to the parents, they could not be happier that they have somewhere to go. It's they can watch their kids enjoy it. So yeah, I looked at the photo too, and I was just like, okay, well, that might be the one But to that resident's point, the previous day, there was a couple buses there and about 20 minutes later, they were gone. So staff is doing what the residents want them to do, so.
Well, can I ask, did we respond to that person then? And if we haven't, this is the education process. Let's reach back out to the person, let them know about NWRSA. I mean, and that we're comfortable with what they plan on doing and how we're monitoring it, because that individual that came to us, we can use him as an ally.
Yeah, we'll do a response.
Okay. Any other correspondence? Hearing, seeing none. We have comments by the commissioners. Let's go right to left. Tom?
None.
Scott? None. Bob? Bill?
Well, the golf course committee did not meet. We did have a pavilion committee meeting. I do have some meeting minutes here. It took place on June 13th. It was Tiffany. Comments by it. I thought you said when you go right to left, that's all.
No.
Okay.
Do you have any comments?
No.
I do have one. I ride over to Marshall every night, and there's been nobody parking in the street since the beginning.
Except the residents.
Well, yeah, on Wellington,
Sorry.
yeah, but been nobody on,
Meaning the people who live there.
yeah. So, to me, the parking's fine.
I drove there one day. In fact, I drove there the day those two buses, that picture was taken. I went there that day. There are tons of parking in the parking lot.
Yeah.
It was wide open. Kids were all out. It was a beautiful sunny day.
Yeah.
All good?
Yeah, either Ben or Tiffany, we do have to get the Journal and/or the Daily Herald. You know, it's the one fact that they've been misrepresenting when it comes to pickleball. They keep saying that we have 12 pickleball courts in Elk Grove, the Rainbow Falls and the 6 that are inside of the pavilion. And I want to express to the people and make sure everybody understands, we do not have 12 pickleball courts. We have 6 at Rainbow Falls. We take 2 basketball courts and we create 6 pickleball courts inside our pavilion.
Seasonal.
Seasonal. You get 13, we schedule maybe 13 hours a week for those indoor pickleball courses. So we don't have 12, we have 6, and we convert 2 basketball courts 13 hours a week. So the demand is still there for pickleball. We just try to offset that demand in the winter by converting some of the basketball courts, so.
Very good. I was gonna talk about the pickleball courts that we talked to, but I'm gonna catch that up on the committee of the whole, so we'll be good. So no more communications or comments from commissioners. So now we are at committee reports, capital projects, Commissioner Cook.
Okay, capital projects, as we know, the village approved at their last meeting the pickleball courts at the and lighting at Marshall Park. The committee has looked at putting together bid packets, and we talked about in committee of the whole tonight, for the pickleball courts at that location. There's consensus that we'd get the bid packets out sometime in July, and they'd be ready for our second meeting in August for us to review. We also discussed soundproofing at the Marshall Park location. We found a new provider that might solve some of the issues that we had there. We're still looking into it. But Ben had found this regarding glass pickleball courts surrounding soundproofing. It's supposed to be more effective than your typical fence and so forth. So part of the bid process will include that, and then the fencing is an alternate for us to review. And in the meantime, we can do more follow-up on this vendor and structure on this new soundproofing technology that we found. As far as other projects, as you may know, we talked earlier about the pavilion demolition that was halted, or if you weren't aware that was halted, it was halted because there's an upgrade to fire code at the pavilion. So we approved tonight to move forward with that, and the demo is now scheduled for July 8th for those fitness members that were wondering when that will begin. July 8th. And that's all I have to report.
Any questions for Commissioner Cook? Hearing, seeing none. Finance Committee, Commissioner Carlson.
Okay, corporate fund, $76,474 in property tax collected in May, $189,712 in PPRT collected in May. All expense categories under budget. Year-to-date of $2,178,902 compared to a budget of $1,656,218. The Recreation Fund, $34,657 in property tax collected in May. Fees and admissions, $563,423 compared to a budget of $661,953. Program fees were $949,263 compared to a budget of $1,075,046. All expense categories at or under budget except program contractual. Year-to-date of $350,577 compared to a budget of negative $111,346. Golf Fund, 6,160 rounds played in May, 12,470 rounds played compared to 10,113 last year. That's season to date, right? Yeah. Fees and admissions, $502,196 compared to $343,460 last year, right?
Correct.
Yeah. That's very good. All expense.
That's compared to budget, sorry.
Okay. Oh, budget, okay. All expense categories are at or near budget. Driving range year-to-date of $41,590 compared to a budget of $12,596. Year-to-date of $6,866 compared to a budget of negative $517,729. No capital projects that have been budgeted in Golf Fund are affecting overall year-to-date numbers with $380,035 budgeted year-to-date, but only $104,044 spent year-to-date, contributing to a variance of $275,992 in actual versus budget. What's the reason for that?
Yeah, that's the reason for that, basically $500,000 swing compared to budget.
Capital projects, it's
The
coming out of
capital
the golf.
projects
They're coming out of the golf fund.
Correct.
Okay. And that concludes my report.
Any questions for Commissioner Carlson? Okay, we're committee of the whole. That was me. Tom Cook did discuss, we did discuss, and Tom eloquently talked about the alternate that we're looking at for pickleball. So he's covered that. I just want to say, this is as in-depth of a capital project as I've ever seen this board and staff go into. Listening to the residents, this has to be at least 8 meetings that we've discussed this topic a little more in depth than usual. So I cannot wait to see what this product looks like. It sounds like the commissioners and staff are gonna have an opportunity to go out to Sycamore on August 7th and see it, and I'm really hopeful it's what as advertised, because to me, it checks the boxes of security, sound, aesthetics. So we'll see what it comes back with, but I want to thank everybody that's been on this topic, including the neighbors of Marshall Park that may have not gotten their way, but we have come to a decision and we made it work the way this board and the residents should make it work, in my opinion, so. Any questions for me? Hearing, seeing none. Athletic Committee, Commissioner Carlson.
No report.
Golf Course Committee, Commissioner O'Malley.
No report.
Youth Committee, Commissioner Biedke.
On July 19th, the Park District and the Village Youth Committee will be doing a Rainbow Falls Teen Night. Again, it'll be July 19th from 8:15 to 10:15, and it's for grades 6 through 11. I want to make sure I said that correctly. Grades 6 through 11, and it'll be dependent on the weather, so please make sure that you're watching social media, or feel free to contact the Park District for additional information, but July 19th, and that concludes my report.
Any questions for Commissioner Biedke? Adult Center, go ahead, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry, no questions. Adult Center Committee, Commissioner Cook.
Yes, the Sheila Ray Committee, Adult Center Committee met on Tuesday, June 18th. A couple of the activities, we got 3 main events coming up in July that you should be aware of. First is on July 15th. They're taking a trip to Anderson's Gardens in Rockford, Illinois. It should be a fun trip. It's really beautiful out there. July 17th, there's an ice cream social at the Sheila Ray Center. And then July 31st, the White Sox outing leaves at 10:30 in the morning and comes back at 5. It's on a Wednesday. It's a lot of fun. You go down the picnic patio, and it's, I think, all you can eat and drink and have a bus ride home. I know Commissioner O'Malley and I went one year, had a lot of fun, and I know that'll fill up pretty quick. So if you're interested, July 31st at the White Sox. I also want to mention there's a new thing they're doing this year, new summer camp adventure in August. It's a 4-day event for seniors that want to embark on this adventure. It's Monday, starts Monday, August 12th, with bowling and lunch at Pinstripes in South Barrington. On Tuesday, they travel and take a tour by bus and a picnic to one of the many parks in the village. And then on Wednesday, August 14th, they explore the museum and have a lunch at Fox Run. And then on Friday, August 16th, there's a boat ride in St. Charles along the river and lunch at Salinaro's in Fox, on Fox. So it's a great event. It's $135 for members, $148 for residents, and $165 for non-residents. So very reasonable for a 4-day excursion. Check into it if you have any interest in August. And that ends my report.
Okay, Pavilion Committee, Commissioner O'Malley.
We did make it back to me. June 13th, Tom and myself as commissioners were there. Tiffany, Mark, Jeff, Doug, Francis, even Alan made that meeting. As Tom discussed, we met for an hour, maybe a good 20 minutes, was talking about the project upstairs at the fitness center. At that point, we didn't have the fire marshal slowing things up, trying to update the fire code. Tom spoke about that a little bit. Tom brought up the blood pressure machine and how staff is working on getting a new one. Commissioners and staff then discussed the policies, procedures, and communication with regards to assisting or removing some fitness center members, both, through illnesses, any kind of police issues, et cetera, on making sure that we're real consistent on treating everybody the same, no matter what department it comes from. Staff is going to follow up with IT to make sure that all the cameras are in working order and to verify who has access to them. Fitness center staff will continue to ensure that all our Silver Sneakers and Renew Active members scan in. I had met with Tiffany prior to that and had a real good feel for what's going on. Tom asked some additional questions as, he's more active there now and had questions that I couldn't answer, so Tiffany was able. We went to new business. Superintendent Collier gave us an update on how things are going at the rentals and the fitness center itself. We have movies at our pavilion, and we're just trying to figure out what we do when it comes to bringing in Chase Lounge, if we bring out any bleachers. Tiffany told us, I think, Tom, you had a question on do we spray for bugs, that's on yourself, so, and that was it. So, any questions regarding
I have one. You said something about who gets to see video. What's the current policy on that?
Right now, if I am, and Ben can correct me, I believe our HR person can see it, and then somebody in IT, and it used to be, I would say it's still Dustin, or he's delegated that. Right now, there's 2 individuals, Becky and that, am I wrong?
So risk manager Becky Cooper.
Yeah.
I was right. So risk manager Becky Cooper and Dustin, IT, Dustin Sneath. And then I have access, but I don't even look at it. I trust those 2. And then if someone else, like police, needs access or needs the tape, we give it to the police. I don't currently allow staff to look at or view. We did in one instance with the fight that happened at Rainbow Falls, because they were going to use it as a training. I did release it so they could use it as a training mechanism for the kids. But I'm very careful because of increasing liability on the park district of letting just anybody look at it. So that's kind of where I left it.
Okay.
It hasn't been a problem. Our cameras are all working. I don't know if you guys remember, we did upgrade them all to they're digital, and we get a report if a camera goes down, they're on it and they fix it right away. We haven't had any issues.
Well,
Enrique has access to it as well,
Who?
or Enrique.
Oh, Enrique,
overseeing
okay.
that.
I mean, we
It's a
have,
process that if staff wants to view footage for vandalism or whatever, there's a
Right.
process and form that they can fill out and then.
That has to be
and-
approved, right?
Yes, it has to be approved and released at that point.
okay,
So,
that's it. Anybody else for Bill? Okay, old business? Hearing none, seeing none, new business? Nothing. Okay, appointment of Executive Director Ben Curcio as the Elk Grove Park District's representative to the Northwest Special Rec Association, or known as NISRA, to their board. I need a motion and a second.
So moved.
Second?
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Biedke?
Yes.
Commissioner Carlson?
Yes.
Commissioner Cook?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Malley?
Yes.
President Walls?
Yes. I need a motion and a second for adoption of ordinance 445, an ordinance authorizing the directing the sale, transfer, and conveyance of certain used personal property.
So moved as presented?
Second?
Can we just let the public know what property we're selling?
we're not selling anything. This is the old phone system. Obviously, we upgraded our phones this year.
Okay.
This is just the old phone equipment, and it'll be responsibly recycled.
Okay, fair enough. So I have a motion and a second, right, Francis? Okay, thank you. Could I get a roll call?
Commissioner Carlson?
Yes.
Commissioner Cook?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Malley?
Yes.
Commissioner Biecki?
Yes.
President Walls?
Yes, payment of the bills, May 2024 P cards in the amount of $144,698.69. June 14th, 2024 in the amount of $122,769.43. June 21st, 2024 in the amount of $611,539.67.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Cook?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Malley?
Yes.
Commissioner Biecki?
Yes.
Commissioner Carlson?
Yes.
President Walls?
Yes. I need a motion and a second to adjourn to closed session for the purpose of discussing personnel per 2C1 and litigation per 2C11.
Yes. So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner O'Malley?
Yes, Francis.
Commissioner Biecki?
Yes.
Commissioner Carlson?
Yes.
Commissioner Cook?
Yes.
President Walls?
Yes, this meeting is adjourned.